I'm 38 years old, and I feel like I still haven't figured my life out. Now, I know there's people who can definitely relate. I know there are people who can relate. You are in your 30s, your mid-30s, you're almost 40, for God's sake, and you still feel like your life is like up in the air. You haven't figured it all out yet. You haven't figured out how to have stability in your life or security or have things just kind of be set, or at least feel set. So to give you reassurance to know that you are not alone, because I am there too. I've spent many, many years trying to figure it out, trying to find what I was passionate about, find my purpose in life, and keep trying new things and discover that really when it came down to it, I still felt uneasy. I still felt like I didn't have it figured out, and it made me come to the realization that that is okay. We could be 60, we could be 70, we could be 80, and we still might feel like we have not figured life out. So let me just say that life is not meant to be figured out per se, and the people who have it figured out, at least through our eyes, people who we see or who we think have it all figured out, don't have it figured out. There are some pieces, there are some parts of their lives that are still scattered, up in the air, whether it is family, whether it's friendships, whether it is job stability, whether it is just personal life, spiritual health in general, all kinds of stuff. Not everybody has their shit figured out, 100%. That is the truth. So, it is okay if you are almost 40 and you still feel like you don't have it figured out. And if you feel that way, know that feeling that way is not going to bring it closer to you. So by essence, you searching and trying to pull teeth and trying to figure everything out and feeling overwhelmed by it is only going to overwhelm you. It's not going to help you. It's going to hinder you. Because really, life is made to be discovered. It's like self-discovery going through life. And we are always changing. So we're never stagnant. We're never these stagnant human beings who are really set in their ways. Okay, you might feel like you're set, you have a good job, you're set income and stuff like that. But down the line, you won't be set because something else will pop up in your life. And there's never an end point. There's never end point, The end point for us is death. That is our finite being. And even then, that is just the death of our physical bodies. It's not the death of our spirit. Okay, so just realize that there really is no end or ending point to this life. It's always going to be in flux. There's always going to be good days. There's always going to be bad days. There's always going to be times where we're trying to figure stuff out. There's always going to be times where we feel like we have it figured out. And then there's always going to be times where we feel like we have it figured out and then realize that we don't have it figured out. And then we start all over again. So our life works in cycles. So it's usually like 7-year cycles, 8-year cycles. And, we may find repeated patterns in our lives. Repeated cycles in our lives. I know for myself, it really is usually around like the 7-year mark where I feel this urge to do something different with my life, or I feel like an urge for a big change or a big shift. And whether that is, a job shift for myself, or maybe it is a personal shift or something that I need to get out or share, or some sort of evolution for myself that I need to do. But usually it is around that time of the 7-8 year cycle where I feel like this nagging urge inside of me that tells me that I need to mix things up because I'm now feeling stagnant. I'm now feeling stuck. I'm now feeling unfulfilled where I am. And that is okay because that is the natural cycle of life. So we're going to go through periods of feeling like we are set and secure and comfortable. And then one day we're going to wake up and there's going to be a time of upheaval where we feel very uncomfortable and very not set in our ways, and the total opposite of how we felt maybe a few months earlier. So that is normal. Realize that that is normal and that is part of life. And life is not meant to just stay still. It's meant to explore and discover, and it's meant to discover ourselves. That is part of our time here on Earth as human beings, is to discover who we are, where our passions lie, where our purpose lies. And I don't feel we have just one purpose, but there could be many ways that we can fulfill a purpose for ourselves. By discovering ourselves, we learn more about ourselves, and then we get to a point where we function better in life. So it's all about functionality, and that is going to help us grow, and it's going to help us achieve certain things in life. And life is not only about achieving, because it's about discovery more than achieving success in our life. You can have all the school and all the credentials behind your name, but if you don't really get to know who you are and discover things about yourself down the line and where your true passions live, then they're just, up on a wall somewhere, and they just look nice, they're just achievements. They're just things on paper. But the real achievement in life is to truly find who we are and why we're here and how we can help other people in a big way. Because if we live in a very narrow world where we're not sharing with other people, or we can't help other people around us, we can't help make the world a better place. I know that sounds kind of corny, but it's true. If we can't help make the world a better place, then what are we doing here? Really, what is the purpose? Just to eat, sleep, work, and die? I don't know, So that is it for today. That is my spiel on self-discovery, being okay with not being okay, and accepting that our life goes in cycles, and that there's really no set end point for ourselves. It's always a part about revolutionizing ourselves. And it doesn't have to be a painful, uncomfortable thing. It's all about how we experience the journey of life and how we go about it in life. So I hope you all have a great day, and I will see you guys on tomorrow's video.